And where are you from?
Kojak Davis, originally born in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
I've been here for going on 7 years.
Okay.
Small business owner.
And we are just right off the quarter here.
Yeah, you're in the Marigny, actually.
Sorry, in the Marigny.
In the Marigny, a half a block from the quarter.
Okay. Now, you were here during Katrina?
Yes.
Okay.
I was here. I did not leave the city until like a week and 2 days.
A week and 2 days. That was probably a long 9 days.
Oh yeah. The only thing you could do is just sit here and drink, and that's about it. I mean,
So what
you were waiting for an absolution that would never come.
Yeah. You're waiting for something to happen that it was hard. It was probably hard to accept that nobody was going to do anything.
Well, everybody waited and waited and waited, and I don't know if it's just because of the city or if it's politics. I don't know, but I don't want to compare, you know, like Katrina compared to like 9/11, things like that there, but things moved very fastly, and I usually like to get into politics, but
those
something like this happened
those comparisons
Texas,
have been made.
Yeah. Compared to if this storm had happened in Texas, do you know how fast Bush would have had people there?
Yeah, if it had gone up Galveston or
people
Houston.
That was dying here, and I seen it and walked through water up to here.
Dirty water too,
I mean,
and
there was no way you would think that stuff like this would happen like in third world countries.
Yeah, Bangladesh.
But in the U.S.
I know.
But my whole thing is it's ridiculous how long it took, and here it is a year and a half later, people still haven't got money for any kind of assistance, and then you have small business owners that are like me, that pays into the SBA wouldn't exist.
Yes, yeah, but no, we were talking before I started filming that you were just contacted
by the SBA today. Today, here's what
it's 18 months.
Yeah.
18 months and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is the first opportunity that you've had to discuss your financial future in the city with the SBA.
Yeah.
Now you did evacuate though. You went to Houston?
Actually, what I did was I was evacuated out. I went to Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Stayed in Phoenix, Arizona for about, I think it was like 2 weeks that I stayed there, and ended up getting a car and drove across country because at that time 70116 they were not allowing people to come back in, so I ended up driving to Wilmington, North Carolina. So
hey, whatever.
And then I ended up coming back to the city in January of last year.
So you've been back here about 14 months.
Yeah, about 14 months, and it just really, really irks me that we're still dealing with this issue.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with this issue. Not saying that it's the fault. There's a lot of different faults that it lies under. Not necessarily saying it's Bush's fault. Not saying that it's it's Governor Blanco's fault
or Nagin.
Everybody is kind of like and then to be frank with you, the city is crooked. I mean, you can't change history. So. I mean, that's just reality, but
that just seems like
it's taking way too long.
Yeah, that is
Why
too
should
long.
people offices and stuff look like this?
Yeah, that is too long because like we were talking before when you were telling me about how the SBA just contacted you, that it's people like you that are essential to bring back first, so that you can have a critical mass of people coming back as residents.
People that have tried to return here, rent that used to be like $200-300, like for a little studio in the quarter, has went up to $800 to $900.
How could they can't afford it?
And a lot of these people, they want people to come back here to the city, but a lot of people have moved on.
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends that are in Houston. They found better schools for their kids. They've getting all kind of assistance and things like that to restart
real
their own
hospitals,
businesses.
right? Clean apartments.
There should be no way that we should be down here. What was it on the news this past weekend? that all of our hospitals are full and that it takes about 12 to 24 hours.
Yeah, I saw that actually in the Times-Picayune too.
But we have, what, 100, or is it a 200-bed capacity hospital that's just sitting there?
Yeah, actually,
Charity
I think
hospital.
one of the things that they said in the article in the Times-Picayune is that the wait time at the hospital is equal to the drive time to Houston.
Yeah.
You
Well,
could
actually,
drive to
I think they
Houston.
said Dallas.
Oh, okay, okay. So you could drive to Dallas, get treated, and come back in less time than it takes to go to the local hospital. It's so unique.
That's what you fall in love with.
Yeah, yeah. I got to admit that you're exactly correct.
From when people come down here, they view from here to here, from here to here. That's all they see. The French Quarter.
Yeah, I got it.
That's the city. And they don't see everything else that's branched out, like, you know, going to the projects, going to the Ninth Ward, and seeing that it looks like a war zone.
Yeah.
Through there. You know, it's crazy, but one thing I am glad for is that 90% of the businesses have reopened in the French Quarter, but this is what makes the city money.
Yeah, and that's like almost like having oil.
Yeah, that's your bread and butter.
That's your bread and butter right there.
City. You know,
when are you gonna plug your TV into?
Everybody suffered, and now people are really suffering because nobody wants to honor insurance policies.
Are you seeing that the insurance companies have separated it out into a hurricane and then a flood, where the flood's not covered but the hurricane is? I know there have been a lot. Yeah, I know that there's been a lot of stories about insurance claims that are not going paid.
Well, they had what was that, State Farm that pulled out of Mississippi? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yet you have people that's paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for years. And what was the last storm we had? It was like 30, 40 years ago. The last biggest one.
Yeah, the Camille was a really big one in the 60s.
Something like that. And all these people are paying all this money for
all
insurance.
Those years.
And then a storm comes through and you're like, you want to cut them off.
Yeah. Oh, this is so cute, the wind chimes and everything.
There's 3 of them that's here. You have this one on the other side. One's his, one's mine, and this is one that we started to do like an office out of.
Oh, the candles.
So still trying to, you know, repair the roof and everything.
Oh, and look, you really have a lot of nice plants. Oh, and an owl. Look at the owl.
Do you still have as many clients?
Cut by 65%. It's either don't have the manpower or people just can't afford. You know, there's, I don't know how many printing companies that's running the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no tax amnesty either. There's no tax amnesty for businesses.
Oh, okay. You still got to pay.
Tax the crap.
Oh my gosh.
Because they've got city and parish tax, like a county tax plus state tax. So if you don't own anything, you're better off than if you own something. And there's no amnesty for the post-Katrina amnesty for the business owners.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't make any sense because small businesses are the lifeblood of any community, any city. They are the
French Quarter.
They're the majority employers.
Walk down the French Quarter. All of those are small business owners.
Yeah.
That's through there. I mean, even some of the hotels, that's through there. You know, it's, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they really need to figure out something.
What are you going to do? You're going to go to
Yeah,
Houston?
what are you going to do?
I'm still debating.
You're drawn to the area. You want to be here.
I love the city.
I
love the city, but
you're just pissed, and I mean, it's not just what happened to Katrina. It's what's going to happen the next problem, right? There's no trust.
If the SBA came in here and gave you your money today, could you rebuild?
40,000. That's not even to cover my expenses or the damages to my home.
So the number that you think you're going to get is probably
40.
less than half of what you need.